Greetings one and all, this is Rhythmworks and welcome to my channel with some Destiny, Warmind, expansion, DLC, call it whatever you want to call it. I know the opinions of a lot of people in relation to Destiny, and I tend to agree with 95% of what people are saying about Destiny, but that's not really the reason why I'm actually putting up a Destiny video. It's not really about Destiny that I want to talk about. It's just background vocal, background noise, as it were. First of all, I just want to start by thanking a lot of the new subscribers that I've amassed. They've been in dribs and drabs, but hey, listen, if you give a shit so much that you want to subscribe to my channel because you are liking what you are seeing, because what I'm doing in my channel is not a one trick pony thing, it's not a one size fits all. I just talk about what I feel, what I like, what I don't like, and you know, if I want to try and help people, I do tutorials. Speaking of which, with the SHAREfactory tutorial that I said I was going to do, upon reflection, I think it's best if I was to, I don't know, play the SHAREfactory with the people that wants to learn how to edit and what have you, so they can basically have a hands-on experience alongside myself, because trying to explain stuff to people and you can't see what they're doing, for some people can be a bit frustrating, and I know the frustration people can have with that. And by me not seeing what they are seeing and asking them what they're seeing and what buttons they've pressed and etc, it can basically mess up the whole dialogue that needs to come across in tutoring the people that wants to learn how to work the application. So what I would suggest to begin with is to actually check my SHAREfactory tutorial series, which is on my channel. It is I think it's 2 updates old, but you'll get a rough idea of what you can do with that, and the tutorials are pretty much easy, and obviously you can just rewind and watch again and watch again and watch again. But if you want one-to-one, one-on-one help, it's not a problem. You can friend request me, and or even any of my friends that are my friends on PSN, just link me and we can go into that and do the share play thing, if SHAREfactory allows it to do so. I'm not sure if it does, but if it does work, then I'll help you along the way. But to kind of start again, I don't think I need to, because I've got all the episodes, all the intermediary episodes for the SHAREfactory application on my YouTube channel anyway. It's just a case of just looking through it and just working it yourself. I know some of the controls might be different and some of the controls might be advanced and improved now, but it's kind of self-explanatory when you actually go on certain icons and certain commands and stuff like that. But like I said, if you want any help, I think it's just best for me to just do it one-to-one. I think that way it will basically help, and even we could do a party chat thing and party share play or what have you. You know what I mean? So link me if that's of any help to you. What else? Yes, my subscribers. I want to thank my subscribers, my new subscribers that I've amassed. That gives a shit. And I wanted to talk about something that I've talked about in prior videos. Just want to talk about just friendships in gaming, because sometimes it's not even the game you play that gives you a good experience in gaming. And by that I mean with Destiny. I think that's what applies to Destiny more than any other game. I found that I've made more friends playing this game than any other game I've played, apart from Fight Night Champion. But for this generation, there's not been another game that I've played that has amassed so many friends. than Destiny. And it's really sad that Destiny is where it is right about now, and that Bungie has just fucked the game up. I wouldn't say beyond repair, but they've just lost so much people's trust in the game based upon their practices. But anyway, I'm kind of digressing. In playing Destiny, with the friends that I've met and the friendship that has been maintained within my PSN network, not only they are friends of mine, but they're all talented in their own way, whether it be from a business aspect, whether it be from a work aspect, whether it be from an entertainment aspect. And one friend in particular I want to big up is Press to Play. I sometimes give mention to Press to Play in relation to Call of Duty because he's a Call of Duty nut, he's a Call of Duty veteran and what have you, but also he's a musician as well, and he's a humongous fan of the Beatles, and he's trying to expand on his liking for music by wanting to do podcasts and stuff like that. And that's how the whole SHAREfactory video editing question came about, and my interest in wanting to help people make better content as well. But he has a channel called Macca Lennon Star, which by the title alone gives you an indication as to him being a Beatles fan. And he sometimes jams with his brethren and plays Beatle covers and Tom Petty covers and the Moody Blue covers and some other rock covers as well. And I really like the content. Please check them out. It's Press to Play. That's his PSN handle. But also he's got a channel called Macca Lennon Star, which is basically his music channel. And he sits there with his brethren, and forgive me if I keep forgetting your brethren's name. I'm sure it's Noel. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. But they basically sit down and jam and sing, and it's really relaxing to watch. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. What I wanted to say on record is that after listening to many jam sessions that you have basically done in the past and up to today, I'm saying on record now that I want to feature you guys on my next album. I'm not asking you. I want to feature you guys on my next album. And it's a no-brainer because I know the era of music that you're coming from. I know the era of music that you like, and I like that era of music as well. And even though I'm a reggae artist, that doesn't or shouldn't limit your musicianship, because to how you play, it can match what I do from a reggae perspective, from an R&B perspective, to a slow jam perspective, or what have you. All you need to do is just play how you play, and I'll do the rest. So this is what I'm going to suggest to you now. Play. And Noel, if that's your name. If not, I apologize. Right? What we're going to do, right? We're going to, if you got GarageBand and you can record into that, then that'll be great. Because as long as you can play to click, get the file done, record it, get the file rendered and send that off to me, that's a start. As long as you can play to click, it's all good. It's all gravy. So I'm telling you, and I'm telling the world out there, that I'm going to feature you guys on my next album. What we're going to do, I don't know as yet, but you're going to be featured on the album. And I don't want to hear, no. I don't think I'm good enough for what you do. I'm only jamming this and that. Kiss my ass, play. And I say that with love. It's not going to happen. I'm going to feature you guys on my album. So let's hook up. Let's get together and work on something when you have the time, of course. You know what I mean? And in other news, in other gaming news, and this was something that still pertains to my brethren Play, because he's a Call of Duty fan. He's a Call of Duty veteran. He has served his tenure in the Call of Duty universe for as long as I can remember. Longer than I have. I'm a relative virgin when it comes to Call of Duty. And it's interesting to find out his viewpoint on the recent Call of Duty Black Ops 4 reveal, considering the fact that there's no campaign and there is a battle royale mode. Now, don't get me wrong, I think personally speaking that that both Call of Duty and Battlefield may have something to offer in relation to a battle royale mode, but fundamentally I don't think the community really are going to kind of switch from what they normally play, like Rush and Conquest and all that kind of stuff, to basically just playing the battle royale mode. However, it might be a good thing for people who would normally play Fortnite to play something that is deemed more of a serious thinking man's battle royale. So in that respect, I think it's a good idea. However, for the hardcore Battlefield and Call of Duty community, I don't think it's going to be a mode that's going to sustain people. Do you know what I mean? Just like how the campaign for some is not enough to sustain people in Call of Duty, because they would just buy Call of Duty for the multiplayer, full stop, end of. Some people will buy Call of Duty just for the multiplayer and not even for the zombies. I mean, admittedly, the last couple of Call of Duties that I've played, I've not completed the campaign and I've not played the zombies. It's just been multiplayer. And for how much the game costs, I think that I'm kind of doing myself out of a bargain at the end of the day, by just not playing all aspects of the game to get the money's worth. So I can't justify me thinking, well, it's not worth the money and what have you, because I've not made use of all the stuff that's on offer. And it kind of reminds me of Destiny once again, because Destiny is a game that basically encapsulate a lot of the features that Call of Duty would basically feature, and Destiny being a game that I play 90% of all the modes. The only mode that I have difficulty in playing is the raids, simply because I can't find a group of people, in good time to do a raid and to invest time into playing a raid. Doesn't mean I don't want to do a raid, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot to coordinate people to do a raid at the end of the day. That's the only thing that I don't really play more of in Destiny. But it can be said that at present Call of Duty's got a lot to offer, but with Call of Duty Black Ops 4, I don't know, to be honest with you. To me it just seems like a lot, within the base game. But with E3 round the corner, we'll see a lot more, because if it's dropping on October the 12th or the 13th, they got to be revealing some stuff soon before the beta comes out. So I wanted to let me know, Play, of what you're thinking, what your vibe is in relation to the reveal. What's your views on it so far? After watching that, I'm kind of more thinking about Battlefield now. I'm thinking about Battlefield, and to be honest with you, I've not really shown a lot of love for Battlefield of late, with the last set of DLCs that they've been showing, you know what I mean? That they've been presenting even. And I think in that regard, I'm wasting my money. I'm wasting my money because I'm not getting the true value of the game out by playing what I need to play or playing what's on offer. So it's really making me think about Battlefield. With their Battle Royale feature, I think I can take it more in that game than with Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Because with Battlefield, they've already got the transport boats and planes and bikes and tanks and what have you. You know what I mean? So for it to be included in COD Block 4 is going to be strange. It's going to be strange. And that's going to be really interesting to kind of differentiate between Call of Duty, which is basically a plug and play game. You know what I mean? You know, it's more of a lighter headspace game than Battlefield is. But the stream's going to take place on the 23rd. This week. So that'll be interesting to see. And last, but by no means least, I want to talk about news of a game that is coming out within the next year. It is a sequel, and the sequel is entitled The Division 2. Yes, The Division 2. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thought I would even be talking about that game right about now? But if you bear with me, I'm going to explain further. Just to get away from all of this royal wedding baloney, right? I decided to basically just watch YouTube videos, just watch gaming YouTube videos. And I came across this channel called The Act Man. And he was basically talking about how the Division has improved greatly and how much he recommends us buying the Division, playing the Division, and seeing the Division for what it is, not for what it was. And it got me intrigued because one of the main problems I had with the Division was that I was comparing it to Destiny. I was regarding the Division as just a flat out shooter. I didn't respect the fact that the Division was an MMO. No, not an MMO, an RPG, right? I didn't respect the fact that the Division was an RPG. Had no respect for the fact at all. And that kind of just put me in so many different directions. Plus the mechanics of the gameplay, plus the toxicity within the dark zone. I wasn't really feeling it, and I think the main thing that kind of swung me away from the Division was just simply the gunplay mechanics. Because after playing Destiny and even Destiny 2, I just didn't feel the mechanics enough to even endure that anymore. But even since then, there was problems after that, problems that I knew nothing about and problems that people were getting pissed off with. But by all accounts, the game has improved so much that a lot of people are coming back to it. But in terms of PvP, it's not really doing the returnees much favor because of the people that's actually stuck with the game hardcore, that were able to get certain items based on public events and blah de blah de blah de blah de blah. So it has proved to be a game that if you had stuck with the game, it's of great benefit to you. If you just come into the game and there's certain elements of the game that you don't like the dark zone, that might be a given. You don't want to play that, but co-op is great. And I'm sure that I can speak for one of my friends, one of my subscribers, Erlo, aka the Older Gamer, who plays the Division on Xbox, and I watched quite a few of his streams as well. I'm sure he can testify to say that he finds the game very good to play as well. So with the news that the Division 2 is coming out, it's been met with a response of no, you shouldn't put, that shouldn't even be the case. You should basically fix the Division 1 and blah de blah de blah. Or people are saying, oh, that's great, we can more or less put down, we can play the Division 1 knowing that what it took for Division 1 to get to this point is going to start at that point going into the Division 2. And if that's the case, I'm interested, because one thing about Destiny, as bad as the game is and what have you, the one thing I liked about Destiny was the actual when it ran properly was the progression. I liked the progression system when it ran properly. I like the RPG elements of shooters. Whereas before it'd just be a case where I just want to shoot people. I just want to shoot people. I just want to shoot people. Do you know what I mean? But even with Call of Duty, there's a progression system in there. Do you know what I mean? There's a progression system in there. So it's not just a case I'm just using the same gun, same loadouts and what have you. It's a case where I'm able to get certain loadouts and mix and match and yada yada yada. And Destiny is more intricate as well. And with the Division, what I've played of it reminded me of the same thing, because it was even color coded in the same way. So with the Division 2, I'm keeping one ear and one eye and one nostril out for that game. I think it's going to be a game that is going to surprise a lot of people. I really do, you know. And the one thing you got to give Ubisoft, you got to give it to Ubisoft whether you like it or not. When they put out their games and their games underperform, instead of just saying, okay, we're just going to give you what we're going to basically give you, you take it and like it or lump it and yada yada yada. They stuck with the game. They stuck with the game. And with the community that stuck with the game as well, they're benefiting a lot. So they're getting the most out of the Division 1 more than people that left the game and came back even when the game was basically fixed better than what it was before. You know what I mean? So, you know, there's something to be said for that. Because some developers just don't give a shit. You know, some distributors don't give a shit. It's like, yeah, we're going to sell you this 3-wheel car. And that's it, basically. But yeah, I got my eye, ear, nostril out for Division 2. You'll be glad to know, the older gamer, Erlo. I don't know if I'm going to be playing it on... Well, I know I'm going to be playing it on PlayStation 4. More than likely, you'll probably be playing it on Xbox because of your network of friends there as well. So, but yeah, that's all I've got to say about now in relation to gaming stuff that has taken my interest of the last few days. So, is with that, yeah, just let me know. Let me know, play in particular, about the COD Block 4 reveal. And let me know, Erlo, your views on Division 1 going into Division 2, as it were. So with that, I'm going to bid you guys adieu for now. And as always, you done know the coup. Whatever the game, media, platform, format, genre, happy gaming, because that's what it's truly about, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. And until I catch you on the next one, people, gamers, please stay blessed. Magan.